Good you, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Kiwi and Picasso. My name's Terry Davis Jr., baby, and here's my good friend, Dean Martin.
Hey, I'm Picasso. Welcome to the Kiwi and Picasso Show. I'm very surprised. Was that supposed to be your Sammy Davis Jr. impression?
Yes.
I've never heard Sammy Davis Jr. speak, but if that's the way he speaks, oh my god.
Yeah, whenever they want to do an impression of him, they always use that kind of voice. But if you ever heard him talk in documentaries and interviews, he doesn't really talk like that. It's just a caricature, a stereotype of how he talks.
Yeah, it sounds like I was listening to, I don't know, Roger Rabbit or something.
Yeah, they do the same thing with Elvis Presley. You do an Elvis Presley impression, it's always like, thank you very much. You hear him talk, doesn't really talk like that. It's a stereotype, a caricature, one-dimensional way of portraying him.
But that is the way he sounds. I mean, that's the way that Elvis sounds. Thank you very much now.
Yeah, probably says it once. What?
He said that like a billion times because, I mean, he's Elvis. I mean, he likes to thank people. He also likes to carry around guns. Yeah. There was a movie, actually, starring Michael Shannon as Elvis. It's called Elvis and Nixon. It's about Nixon, played by, I want to say Kevin Costner. I could be wrong. No, that doesn't sound right. But it's about the relationship between Nixon and Elvis, because they were kind of friends back in the 70s. Yep. Back when Elvis went off the rails.
I've seen that picture of Elvis and Nixon. Elvis, you're a very good man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you come to my place and serenade my wife?
One thing we could talk about for this first topic is, have you been looking into the detainment centers over on the border?
No, why should I care about that?
Well, because, they're detaining people and it's really bad. It can be comparable to concentration camps and whatnot.
Oh, so you actually listened to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez saying this is like Nazi concentration camps?
I kind of are. From my understanding, these places, they're really bad, and Mike Pence went there, actually, but some of them are bad, some of them are good. Like, Donald Trump has recently went on record as saying that they're fine places or something like that. I don't know. But from my understanding, some of them are okay, and some of them are like really badly taken care of. Like, some people are there for like 30 days when they're supposed to be there for like 2, and they don't like shower or anything, and they can't lay down because it's so overcrowded. It's pretty bad.
That is bad.
And so, yeah, it's terrible. Mike Pence went to a few, and they said they're all right. They said they're really good places, but the thing is, like, he probably only went to the good ones, because not all of them are bad. So, what do you do about that?
Should have gone to the good ones.
Right, he went to the good ones. But, any bad ones are bad.
Well, I don't like the idea of having these filthy, decrepit, concentration camp-esque detention centers, but one thing we can do to rectify the situation is actually prevent these sort of things from happening. Actually sort out the border situation to prevent people getting put into internment camps. And you've got all these bleeding heart people, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Eleanor Mar and what's-her-face. They want to have open borders and no ICE agents, and it's like, that's foolish, it's nonsense. You need to actually fix this border situation to prevent more of these concentration camp-esque internment camps, which is why they are the true villains here, because they're helping create this problem, which is why people keep urging them and the Democrats, just give Trump his war money, build the wall, and then you can source out the existing internment camps, and there you go. Dismantle them. No more need for internment camps, because you're not going to have any more illegal immigrants crossing over into southern border.
I mean, I somewhat do agree to an extent. Like, if you were to have a way for them not to come over here, then you wouldn't have to put them into a detainment center. But at the same time, that's like saying that if you I don't know, it's just a bad idea, because like, you're basically saying that if you have a detainment camp, then that's a way of getting what you want, Like, it doesn't really make much sense.
Well, you heard the Rolling Stones, you can't always get what you want.
Well, right, but at the same time, just because you have some bad thing going on doesn't mean you should solve it by doing something else that could easily be avoided. Like, you could easily just send them back on buses. Like, why don't you just do that?
Maybe.
I mean, they're solving it in a bad way. It's a really bad idea. Because 6 people have died, you know?
Oh no, 6 people.
Well, yeah. Come
Well,
on. 6 people have died. Those are human lives caused by the United States government to die.
well, they shouldn't
On
be going
record,
over
actually.
to North. Well, it's quite silly. It's tragic. These people, they travel from like Guatemala, El Salvador, South America, traveling through dangerous deserts and cartels and smugglers, all to arrive at the United States detention centers, these internment camps, concentration camps, whatever, and they die. That is tragic, I agree.
Right, but just because he crossed over, that doesn't mean that he should be sentenced to a death sentence.
They should really fix and renovate these camps.
Right, that's probably the best idea. But on top of that, didn't John Locke talk about humans having our natural born rights? I mean, not just American citizens, but humans having natural born rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, or something like that, or life, liberty, and property.
Yeah, provided you do it in a legal way. Like, not cross over illegally into the United States. At least get a green card. Get a visa.
What about cruel and unusual punishment?
Would you consider these internment camps cruel and unusual?
Yeah, people
I'd
are there
say,
for a month and they can't sit down. That's cruel and unusual.
I'd say cruel, not really unusual. If they were doing weird shit in there, maybe. But who knows what's going on there? Maybe it is unusual.
Well, it is unusual because part of the punishment is that they can't sit down because some of these places are so overcrowded that they just don't have enough room to sit down. That's pretty unusual to me. Like, that's not a normal punishment. Most prisons aren't even like that. No.
Oh.
Well, you said heads down, but that's different.
Heads down.
Yeah, it was terrible. I couldn't really breathe very well that way. They're like, put your head down. You guys are them bad. And I'm like, I didn't do anything. Like, way. Like, how dare you guys? Nice, I just got 2 kills. In Fortnite, not in real life.
Oh, I was about to call the cops.
Nah, those cops, they're not gonna listen to you. They'd be like, shut up, you Aussie. Australian.
I am Australian.
They don't know that.
I'm from Texas.
They hear you and be like, hey, wait a minute. Australian? You'd be like, no, I'm from New Zealand. They'd be like, no, you're in Australia. We could tell by your stupid accent. Be like, that's not an Australian accent. It's not stupid, by the way. I don't mean to offend you.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't cry.
Don't you cry tonight.
Yeah, home, sweet home. I don't know how the song goes. But I feel like that's how it goes. Motley Crue?
Dunno.
Motley Crue, Home Sweet Home? You never heard the song?
Try not to.
It's a classic. I thought you liked Motley Crue.
I don't listen to them a lot.
Oh. Well, what do you know from them? Like, Shout at the Devil?
Your mama makes love with Dr. Feelgood.
You definitely know Kickstart My Heart.
Wow, yeah! Kickstart my heart, hope it never stops. Wow, yeah, baby!
Kickstart My Heart, hope your mama never stops. That's funny because, yeah, mother.
Yeah, never heard that before from you.
I have.
Like, dude, I'm super serial. Get it? Al Gore?
Super cereal. I was thinking that was from the Hardy Boys. I don't mean like WWE.
Yeah, that video on Matt Dante's YouTube channel, Darren thinks the WWE Hardy Boys comes from the books.
Is it real?
Yes. Remember,
Did Darren really think that?
you did... sorry, Darren really did think that.
Wow.
He was
Our
like,
mutual friend Darren, that is not me.
Yeah,
Sure
he's
is a
like
dummy.
he's like my step-dad or step-granddad or something gave me a book and it was about the Hardy Boys and I was like, wow, I love them from WWE.
That's actually what I would... See, what happened was I was 7 years old. Actually, I think I was turning 8. I don't know, 7 or 8 years old. And it was Christmas time. And I received a book from my step-grandparents. And it was one of the Hardy Boys books. And I was just thinking, like, wow, on the cover, that doesn't look like Matt and Jeff Hardy. So I tried reading the book. It had nothing to do with the Hardy Boys. It was probably their fathers. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. It'd be their father and their uncle. Not their fathers. Because their father is presumably not homosexual. But you can never assume, because as Kiwi likes to say, assume.
Yeah, don't assume. It's bad for your health.
You know, it's bad for your health.
You're gonna say something dirty, aren't you?
No. Why would you think that? I'm an angel. Jeez.
Angel
You know, it's bad for your health.
Death.
Slayer. Well, the thing that's bad for your health is 8 cheeseburgers. I just got 8 cheeseburgers.
In a row?
I got these cheeseburgers, man. 37. In a row? Yeah, no. No. Not in a row. Not yet. I've only had one so far. It's going to be more, though, eventually. It's going to be somewhere around 8. Do you like cheeseburgers?
If I make it myself, sure.
Do you like Burger King cheeseburgers?
No.
You used to go to Burger King, I remember.
Yeah, I know. Because I had nothing else better to do.
Oh.
Than sit on my porch and stare at the street.
What was on the street?
Your mama.
That was a smooth one. I didn't even think about that one. Like, your mama.
Do you even think at all?
No, not really. I think sometimes, but then I think that I think, and it turns out I don't think. Except whenever I think that I think.
You think, therefore you're gay.
No. Like, do you think? I think so. That's funny. So, yeah, the next time somebody asks you if you think, just say, I think so. Oh, man. I need to, like, write that down. It's a good comedy joke. Like Alaska.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Speaking of which, audience, our friend Kiwi here has how would you phrase that? He's no longer in contact due to his own desires with our friend Gurpreet.
Gurpreet was a
He has cut
bitch.
off contact with Gurpreet. That's true, he is a bitch. But then again, there's a lot of things, kind of like your mother.
Yours. They went
No,
to
really.
the same school of being a bitch.
You went to the Bitchworths of Bitchworth School of Bitch and Bitchatry.
Nope.
Hogwarts. You're a nerd.
You.
You don't have a soul. I've been watching Family Guy recently, just an episode or two here and there, just to see what's going on in the new stuff. I believe I was on season 16, and it's not that bad, really. I really don't think it's that bad. I mean, it's definitely far from good, but it's not as bad as I remember it being. So, yeah. When was the last time you watched Family Guy?
2001.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, probably 2004. Or 5.
No. I remember you watched a few episodes like 2012, 14, something like that.
Yeah, probably. And I told you,
Years ago.
my favourite episodes are the Brian and Stewie episodes.
Right. Which one is your favorite?
Road to Your Mama's House.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not that one. I firmly believe that's wrong. Firmly grasp it. That's what I said to your mother last night.
Nope.
Yes. Firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it. So, have you received any funky emails recently?
What do you mean funky?
Any emails that are weird?
No, should I be looking for emails?
No, I was just wondering. Just wondering what goes through your email inbox. What do you keep in your inbox?
Love letters from your mother.
It's not true.
Yep.
You can't keep a piece of paper in your inbox for your email.
Yeah, she sends me a love email. She's like, don't talk to my dumb son. Spend all night chatting with me. And I'm like, I'm considering it, bitch.
You're considering it, or you're considerate?
I am thinking about it.
Hey, that's a synonym.
Synonym.
Synonym. Anemone. Anemone. So, yeah, what about the Arnold Schwarzenegger? What's your favorite movie of his?
Kindergarten Cop?
That's a good one. Why do you like Kindergarten Cop? Does it speak to you? Can you relate to it?
Yeah. Well, actually, it reminds me of you, actually. He's like, do you eat other people's lunches? Stop it!
Stop it! What's your favorite phrase by him?
Shut up!
What movie is it from?
Kindergarten Cop. He's yelling at the kids.
Oh, same one? I don't remember that.
Who was your daddy, and what does he do? Yo, mama!
I remember that. That's fantastic. I think my favorite of his probably, I don't know. It's really a tough one. Maybe Terminator 2. Because let's be honest, it's 1,000 times better than the first one. Did you like the first Terminator?
Yes. Does that mean that Terminator 3 is 100 times better than Terminator 2?
No, not at all. It's actually like maybe 0.1 times as good. I mean, it's not bad. Just far from good. It's like, it's not a bad movie. It's just, it doesn't have the same charm. Like, you lose Eddie Furlong. Like, he's so much better as John Connor than anyone.
Wasn't he?
Like, I really hope in the new... No, he wasn't an Incredible Hulk. That's Edward Norton.
Close enough.
Almost. Yeah, I guess Edward Scissorhands, same person. Yeah, it's sad because Edward Scissorhands, he's your mother's boyfriend, so that's why your mother that's why she has all those injuries below her belt. That's why you see a lot of blood coming out of her as she walks around. You're like, Mom, why do you have all these all this blood coming out of you? And she says to you, actually, you don't even say mom, you say mum.
Nope.
Because you're a Kiwi. You say mum. You're like, Mom, why you have all this blood coming out of you? And she responds back. She responds back with something along the lines of, well, son, Edward Scissorhands was fingering me.
And I'm like,
And you
bullshit!
Nope. You say, what's that? She responds back, yes, what Edward Scissorhands does to me every day.
Sound like your Preet's mother.
That's not true. See, Capri's mother, actually, she's an idiot.
Oh.
It's funny because everyone established that except for Capri. Yeah, Capri's always like, nope. 1+1 = your mama. That's so stupid. I mean, he's Asian, but damn, he doesn't have to shove it in our faces that he's good at math. I mean, it is true, it is your mother, but still.
It's yours.
No, it's not mine, because I have proof.
Where's your proof?
Well, I have an autographed picture by Arnold Schwarzenegger that says, it's not his mother. It's Kiwi's.
Nope.
He's going to be watching
mama
this.
is not my lover.
Yo, mama.
Yo.
It's not my love. I don't love her, I just bang her. Who? Cringe.
You sure are.
So yeah, I was at Good Morning America because, you know, America, fuck yeah.
America, bang your mama.
No, but I was at Good Morning America. If you watched the new episode, you can see me. The episode from Tuesday, actually. It's kind of cool. Actually, Wednesday, not Tuesday. And so it's pretty cool. I'm the only whitey there, so it's kind of easy to spot me. And by spot me, I don't mean like the thing where you, how do you call that shit? Where you're like, where you're lifting weights and the person has to pick it up. Like, if it drops, you know, if the weight drops and they pick it up for you, so you don't die. That's what spotting is.
Ah.
Yeah. It's true. Have you ever lifted weights?
Yes.
Like, to become a bodybuilder?
Yep.
Really? So is that why you like Arnold Schwarzenegger? He's an inspiration to you?
Your mama's inspiration. I'm lifting weights so I can lift her up and bang her against the wall.
No, you're not.
Yep.
Wrong. Wrong. Triple wrong.
Are you talking about a Chinese guy named Triple Wong?
No. Triple wrong. Wrong. What's your favorite Jim Carrey movie?
None of them.
You don't like Jim Carrey?
Okay, The Truman Show.
That's a good one.
Thank you. This is the mask. Somebody stop me!
The Mask is really good.
Mama.
Somebody stop your mama. She's so ugly.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, it's terrible because Gurpreet, all he was trying to do was learn English, and you're over here like stop calling me.
Well, I'll be happy to teach him, but he's been a bitch about it.
It's so sad. I feel bad for the boy.
He reached out to me like 100 times the last hour, so I ignored him. You only get one chance. That's what you've got. No chance.
All right, Vince McMahon. McMahon. Why do you have the H over McMahon? That's a really weird spot for an H. McMahon. Maybe it's Irish. Or perhaps it's Scottish. What are
Oh.
you? You're English mainly, but what else are you?
I am from Ireland.
Oh, you're English and Irish?
Yes.
Cool. I didn't know that.
What?
Ireland. So does that mean they like potatoes?
Yep. Oh, laddie, man, we love the potatoes.
And you like the guy from Samurai Jack?
No, he's Scottish.
Almost. Well, the Scottish are almost Irish. I mean, they all look alike.
That's racist!
That's racist. Well, you know what else is racist? Me, because white people all look alike. Just kidding. They don't actually. No, it's the blacks that all look alike. I'm kidding. I'm just making a joke. Like several jokes are being made right now.
Yep,
Also,
Adolf is laughing.
Good old Adolf. I feel like that's the name of your uncle. Do you have an uncle or grandpa named Adolf?
No.
Oh, are you German at all? That would explain a lot.
Nope. Are you?
I don't remember. Maybe a little bit.
Are you wearing your SS uniform right now?
SS. Solid Solitude?
No. Shoot Stuffle.
What the fuck is that shit?
Hitler! I'd tell you this, it's pretty funny. There's I can't find it. It's a YouTube video, and I looked it up like maybe 10 years ago. It's Tony Hawk's American Wasteland glitches, and it's basically a compilation of glitches. Someone recorded the TV screen doing glitches, but they had a background song, not in the game, background song, and it's sort of like techno or something you hear in a video game, and like every like 30 seconds there's some like sped up voice like Alvin the Chipmunk's going, Hitler! It's like Hitler.
So, did you catch the artist or anything?
Nope. It is a mystery.
Why don't you type it into Yahoo Answers?
I don't know.
Do people even still use Yahoo Answers? Like, I remember I used to go on Yahoo Answers for everything. Like, that's where I would go for, like, everything. I would just read through questions and answers all the time. It'd be so fun. It was lame. Wow, it's been 3 days since I logged into Fortnite. Slacking.
People are waiting for you. Where have you been?
Where's Picasso? I'm right here. I'm here, don't worry. It's been 3 days. I know.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Oh. Got any other topics?
Well, to continue on to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, fine. Throw a topic out there.
Alright, here's a topic. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. I thought of this topic last night, but I still don't know how to word it. Okay. Different treatment of fake fans and basic bitch fans. I'm going to give you an example. Green Day. A fake Green Day fan may say their favourite song is American Idiot, because it's one of the best well-known songs. Even non-fans of Green Day know that song. But what if there is a die-hard Green Day fan, like they've got tattoos, they spend a lot of money on concert tickets, they tour with them. What if this hardcore fan's favourite song is American Idiot? At a glance, you think they're a fake fan, because of course you would pick that song. So how would you treat them differently?
How would I treat the poser differently, or the actual person? Or the actual fan?
The actual fan.
Well, I'd probably ask them, like, oh yeah, if that's your favorite song, name a few other songs. If all the other songs that they named were stupid songs, I mean, not stupid songs exactly, but like, if the other songs were some that everybody else knows, like, I don't know, Wake Me Up When September Ends, or Jesus of Suburbia, or Good Riddance, Time of Your Life. Actually, if they were a fake fan, they'd probably say just Time of Your Life. But, I mean, there's some fans that say that too, but yeah, I mean, if they were to say some really common ones like those, then you kind of know that they're you have a really good chance of them being a fake fan. So that's how you know. Like, what's your favorite album? They have albums? Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, to splinter off from that, I really hate it when people assume a band's typical style of music from one of their most well-known songs. It's like, you listen to American Idiot and you assume every single Green Day fan sounds similar. Every one of their songs sounds like American Idiot, when it's obviously not true.
Exactly, and that's the thing I have about people that say they don't like Green Day. I'm like, have you listened to all their discography? They have everything from every genre. Like, they even have a rap song.
Yeah.
Like, Nightlife is pretty much rap. I mean, it's a terrible song, but it is rap. I mean, if you like rap and techno, then you might like it.
Yeah.
So,
because
yeah.
Some people have said, oh, Iron Maiden, that's entry-level metal. It's like, you probably listened to Run to the Hills and assumed every song is like that. No, there's fast songs, slow songs, epic songs, short songs, instrumentals. Like, every band has got variety and diversity in their song.
I wouldn't say every band, but most bands.
Like, you heard one AC/DC song, you've heard them all.
I wouldn't say that exactly. I mean, Back in Black's pretty different from Thunderstruck or Shoot to Thrill.
Your mama's been thunderfucked!
That's funny.
Thank you.
But no, I feel like AC/DC is kind of diverse, just because they've been around for a lot longer. But for bands that are really new, probably those bands haven't developed their sound yet. So if you just don't have a developed sound, I would blame it on the band being too youthy, because they just don't branch out yet. Like, it's just not what they do.
Yes.
Yeah, but if a band's been around for 20, 30, 40 years, you can imagine that they probably played pretty much not every genre imaginable, but they've at least tried to make a lot of money. Like, for example, Green Day is, for example, American Idiot. That's easily the whole album is pretty much just a commercial album. Like, they obviously made that album just for people to rebuy into Green Day. I mean, it's not really like an anti-punk kind of thing in no way at all. I mean, like, I was listening to Jesus of Suburbia earlier, and I was just listening to it. I'm like, wow. So Green Day is obviously not an emo band. You know, they're a punk band. But at the time, the emo revolution was going on. Not really revolution, but like the emo times were going on, where emo was like the really popular thing. So what they did was they created this band. I mean, this album with a character that's emo. Well, he's not really emo exactly. He's just kind of emo. Like, I don't really know how to describe him. He's like a slacker. He doesn't know what to do with his life. He smokes weed all day and everything. He's a stoner, pretty much. He's pretty much a basic stoner. So, so I was thinking that perhaps Billy Joe, the lead singer, of course, for all his listeners that don't know of Green Day for some reason. Blasphemy, right?
Yes, how
well, so for those of you, Billy Joe Armstrong is the lead singer and songwriter. And so I realized that he pretty much just got his, he was able to write about those kinds of things, even though he was well into his 30s, like 31, 32, whenever that he wrote those songs, because it came from the perspective of a person in a story. So even though he didn't identify with that, he was writing for his rock opera. So, you know, it appealed to those popular things that were going on, but at the same time, he had the ability to do it because he was writing for that audience from basically who the target audience is. Like, that was the main character of the story. So I realized that. I was like, wow, so this was actually, like, the intention of this album was for for the band to gain notoriety, publicity, all that stuff.
It sold out.
Not exactly selling out, because I mean they have to make a living too. You know, I mean, just because you're punk doesn't mean you have to be poor. Like people say sell out, but do you really believe in selling out?
Maybe. Like, I'm big
I mean,
tough George Foreman. Buy my grill!
like there's sometimes where it's obvious that the band's sold out, like Nickelback. Like the music's trash, but it appeals to the public. But Green Day, they make good music, and I mean good like by everyone's standards. Like everyone has a favorite Green Day song, probably anyway. Like most people have a Green Day song rather. Have a favorite Green Day song rather. But the thing about it is that Nickelback, like their music is critically panned by yeah, I already said critically. So it's panned by the critics, and most listeners, even though it's a guilty pleasure, they more than likely, just being as other listeners, if they like it, they might like it because it's bad. It's like watching something like The Room. It's a terrible movie, but you love it. You like watching it. So even though it's terrible, and the band members know it's bad, they used to play good music, by the way. They're just appealing to the masses. So because they're appealing to the masses, and they're actually selling a lot of albums, they don't care that what they're putting out their shit. So you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like that's what selling out is. Selling out's not doing what Green Day did. Because, you know, Green Day, like, even though they did make a lot of money, they still made great material. So, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, what are some of the bands that you consider to have sold out? Green Day and Nickelback are off the table.
Children of Bodom. They started off being like classical death metal, and then they went to a more glam rock, I would say. Like they've definitely got some softer and more commercial. Like they want to make more money. It's like, dude, stick to your roots.
I really didn't know that. I thought Children of Bodom were more, you know, death metal.
Oh
but
yeah,
glam metal. We're talking like Van Halen?
Yeah, a lot of fans agree their earlier content better than their current content. And what's sad is that everyone agrees like the 2003 album was when things went off the rails, and that's like frickin' 15 years ago, and they haven't gotten any better.
Okay, so the 2003 one was where they went, like they sold out, but they did it like to where they're bad? Like, is it bad glam metal, or are they just a different genre?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
What I'm saying is, whenever they change genres, is it bad? What they're making?
But
you personally just don't like it?
They didn't do it overnight. It's a gradual progression.
Oh, okay. So kind of like what Blink-182 did, like pretty much pop now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of lame. Oh, here's a good topic. What do you think about Lil Wayne? Like, not literally think about Lil Wayne, but like recently he's been performing with Blink-182, and Blink-182, like, you know, their fans are different. So he recently stormed off the stage because he was so mad. He was like just mad at the audience because, you know, they're not his audience. They're Blink-182's audience. So he's got some people there for him, but apparently the majority of the audience was there for Blink-182. So he was really mad, and everyone thought he was going to quit the tour. So why do you think that they got Lil Wayne?
I don't know.
Like, to be dope?
Maybe they thought they could do a sort of rap rock mix that could work, like Run DMC and Aerosmith, or a Public Enemy and Anthrax. Because sometimes rap and rock can work. Like, what's that band? Limp Bizkit, Beastie Boys, that sort of thing.
First, I wouldn't pull out Limp Bizkit. Nobody likes them. I do, but you know, I'm a minority.
You're black?
No. But the thing is, though, the two acts, they don't perform at the same time. They perform separately.
Oh, maybe it'll work better together. Because sometimes, like, rap music done over rock music can work. Because I don't really like a lot of like the background music for a lot of rap music, which is probably why I don't like listening to rap music. Apart from the fact that it's done by illiterate black people that boast about the money and drugs and all that, and it's pretty uninteresting.
I'm pretty much the same way. I definitely agree with that to an extent. To the extent that like the background music, but the thing is, a lot of people, like the majority of people, they didn't like whenever that they mixed "What's My Age Again" with Lil Wayne's and Millie. So for a lot of people, that doesn't seem to be a problem. For me, I definitely agree, but like consensually, that doesn't, or sensually, I don't know. Like most people agree that that's not the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I believe personally that that they were trying to mix the two genres, get double the audience, because they're both really big acts. So if you have double the audience, double as many tickets sold and everything. So that just it's logically right. Yeah.
Yeah. Next topic.
Oh. Do you think that Vince McMahon's like Extreme Football League is going to work?
Nope. I have no idea what that even is.
It's like football, but extreme.
Cool. Well, what kind of football? Hand dig or soccer?
I don't know. I'm assuming. I really can't say anything for sure. Assume. Okay, I can't say anything for sure, but I would assume that the audience would be watching like the football players like drop kick each other or something. Like I said, tackling, maybe like punch them or something. I don't know. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Straight.
Ooh. Okay, have you got a topic or do I do a topic now?
You.
Okay, so here's another topic. Here's a controversial topic. Video games that have been shipped incomplete.
What does that mean?
You buy the game, it's incomplete. You need to download the day one patch to get missing modes and missing content.
Well, I mean, does the game work when you buy it, or like what are you downloading when you get it? Like glitches being fixed and stuff?
Maybe, but it's usually missing content. They couldn't finish making the game in time when they burnt the disc. So you get the day one patch.
So would that mean like you're playing the game and then suddenly it's like, hey, we don't have the rest of the story. You got to wait a little bit.
No, they try to get the whole base game out on the disc. It's just that missing modes. I'll give you an example because you don't understand until you get examples. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. When that came out, there was no like Creator Park. There was no Creator Skater on the disc. You had to get the day one patch, which was actually bigger than the actual game on the disc. That's
day
fun.
One patch?
Day one patch. You know, the game is released. On the day of its release, there's a patch to download. And that's the missing content.
That doesn't make sense. So why wouldn't they just release it on the disc if it's coming out on the first day?
Because I just said they don't have enough time to put it on the disc.
Right, but it's not like they're going to finish it within the next few days. How long does it take to make a disc?
Well, there is quite a distance between burning the disc and then you sell it on the shelves. They don't have enough time.
Well, I guess it's not a big deal. I don't really see why that's such a big deal. I mean, unless like most people didn't have internet, then that'd probably be a big deal. But
yes, it's becoming
almost everyone has internet.
Thing. But the thing is, though, some people don't have access to internet or good internet, especially when the frickin' patch to download is like 20 gigabytes. And it's like, why do I have to download a patch for 20 gigabytes when everything should be on the disc when I buy it?
You also got to consider that with the, I mean, I don't know how it is for PS4s, but with Xboxes, you definitely have to be you have to be connected to the internet all the time. Like you literally cannot play a game without being connected. If you turn the Xbox on, it has to sync up and everything, and if you don't, then it says you have to have internet to be using this Xbox, something like that. So if they didn't have internet, they shouldn't own an Xbox. And for PS4, I'm sure it's the same way. Like you have to do a lot of things on the internet. It's not necessary exactly, but I'm sure it's highly suggested. And for PC, don't even like that's unquestionable that the person has internet because you have to have Steam to get games.
It's just a pain with this always online DRM, especially with PC games where you can't play the game if you're not connected to the internet, because that's how they can tell if your copy of the game is pirated. But you're not playing a multiplayer game, you're playing a single player game. There's no internet required to play the game, but you need the internet because that's the DRM.
So, if you have internet, what's the problem with that?
Were you raising a dumpster full of dumb people?
Well, what I'm saying is almost everyone has internet, and you're saying that it's a it's a thing that's dying out. That's the best way I can word that. So, I don't see it as a big deal. Like, do you personally dislike that?
Dislike what? Which one are we talking about?
You personally dislike having to install a day one patch?
Yes.
See, for me though, like I have to install the game on my Xbox anyway, so it's like if it installs, if it installs and downloads a day one patch, it's probably doing it overnight anyway, because it takes forever to install a game, a few hours at least. And so I would think that probably the bigger problem is installing the game. Like that shouldn't be a thing. Like whenever I say installation, even if you have a disc, like that's unreasonable. Like if you have a disc, you have the game.
I know.
So you shouldn't have to put that on the Xbox. Like, come on. So
yeah, you put the disc in, it installs, and you think, okay, it's basically installed the game onto the Xbox. Hopefully, I don't need a disc now. No, you need to put the disc in the Xbox or the PlayStation to still play the game. But I installed it. That helps with loading times. Like, how bad have you coded your game that requires all this loading and I still need the disc?
Right, but the thing is, the problem was with the consumers, because the consumers were always complaining about, like, whenever the Xbox was first revealed, it was not supposed to have a disk drive. So the users were complaining and saying, like, I don't know what they were saying. This was like 5-6 years ago. But basically, they convinced Xbox and probably PlayStation if they were doing the same thing, because I know PlayStation came out a little bit after or before. I don't know. But yeah, they convinced the companies to include a disk drive, and so basically it's their own fault that you have to install the game, because before there was only a digital option. So I guess people were just insecure about having to buy a digital game or something. So what I'm saying is that part is the fault of the people, and I guess probably the game not being released too is the fault of the people, because if they wouldn't release it, if they were to keep on making it, then the people would get mad and say, "Hey, we've been waiting for so long for this game to come out. Why? How dare you push the game release date back?" So what I'm saying is, it's the consumer's fault. Like, hello, consumers, fuck you.
Yeah, blame them.
It's true.
It's true facts. Okay.
All right, so
That's it, folks. We're out of here.
No, it's not. That's not right. We're only 49 minutes in, so we're roughly about halfway into the podcast.
Halfway into your mama.
On Monday, we get the new trailer for 3 from Hell, the sequel to The Devil's Rejects, and that's great. That reminds me, Spider-Man. What do you think about the new Spider-Man? Have you heard anything about it?
No, he hasn't told me.
Who hasn't told you?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man hasn't told you about Spider-Man?
Yes. Hey,
Okay.
have you seen a new movie? It's like, no, Tobey Maguire. I like Spider-Man.
Anyway, it stars Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, but that's beside the point. So, the cool thing about it is J. Jonah Jameson.
Who?
Is portrayed... Okay, the guy that's always like, "Give me Spider-Man!"
His boss.
Okay.
Yes.
Jameson. Well, he reprised his role from the original the original Spider-Man movies.
Oh.
Referring to J.K. Simmons. Like, J.K. LOL. But yeah, he reprised his roles from the original movies. So that's so cool. A lot of fans were ecstatic about that, me included, because the way he's portrayed is the same as Alex Jones.
Alex Jones?
Yeah, Alex Jones. You know Alex Jones.
Oh, from InfoWars.
Yeah, Alex Jones. That's him.
He's funny.
So, can you just imagine it? Like, we're brought up to the current times, but J. Jonah Jameson is pretty much Alex Jones. And he's the guy that's always speculating on Spider-Man.
They're probably going to make him look bad.
No, it already came out. Like, the thing is, J. Jonah Jameson looks pretty much the same as he did back in the 2001 Spider-Man, 2002.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie, too. I definitely recommend it. I actually bought popcorn with it. First time in years.
What do you usually get if you're watching a movie? Sticky taffy? Jaffers?
Nothing. They charge you too much.
Oh.
Way too much.
Do you sneak in your own food?
No, but I should. Maybe in the future. But, no, I'm good.
My local cinema has it's in the mall, and right next to the cinema is a McDonald's. So people just buy in the McDonald's their Happy Meals, and they get a beer.
That's really smart, actually.
I got the wrong toy. Go buy another Happy Meal.
The thing about mine is mine's also in the mall, but it's right next to the food court. I don't know if people bring in food, but they really should. Like, that'd be a genius idea.
What's a food court? Is that when you steal and Judge Judy tells you got to pay?
You don't know what a food court is? Your mall doesn't have one?
Food court. Oh. Yeah, I think we do have a food court in the mall. It's just I don't know if we even call it a food court.
You just don't go.
Yeah, I don't go. It's too far away. I'm not catching the bus. I'm not driving a car. All the way to go to the mall.
Get in the car.
Australians say, get in the car. Kiwis say, get in the car.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You sounded like an American there.
Yeah, well, I'm talking like an American. I am from Texas.
Okay, you ruined it.
What do you mean?
Whenever you said car, that sounded like an American. Everything else, wrong. Like, how dare you ruin the American language? What's your favorite dialect?
What, of American language?
No, English. What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't like much dialects. I'm the kind of person to like mock a dialect and praise it.
If you had to have one dialect, what would it be? Would it be a Kiwi dialect, or would it be American English?
I don't know. Like, I've talked to Americans, but like particularly American girls, and like, Americans don't have an accent, and I'm like, sometimes that's a good thing, because sometimes, like an accent like mine, people can understand it, they'll laugh at it. So sometimes I like to think that the sort of American accent, the accentless accent, is good.
It's a good idea. Yeah, I was watching, I think Joe Rogan.
Ugh, Joe Rogan, your boyfriend.
No, it was his comedy special. And he
Okay.
mentioned it. And it was either him or some other comedian. It was one of the comedians, though. And they said something along the lines of, well, they're basically calling the Californian accent clear and concise. And I was just thinking, like, I guess it is what a California accent is. Like the accent whenever a person says that they don't have an accent. It really is clear and concise. I never thought about it like that.
What about Valley Girl? That's a California accent. Like, oh my god!
I meant, like, Los Angeles. Like the one from the movies that people always hear. Like Tom Cruise. The cool accent.
The city I live in, the city of angels.
Your mama lives there?
Yours.
You just call my mother an angel?
Call your mother an angel, bang her so hard she got wings.
She drank Red Bull, actually. I don't get it.
I drank Red Bull, I pissed in her mouth, and that gave her wings.
That's funny.
Come fly with me, spend the night away.
Is that from Aladdin?
No, it's from Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, I don't know about Frank Sinatra. I know he has blue eyes.
Oh, blue eyes, chairman of the board.
And I also know he liked it his way.
Yes. Don Rickles was doing stand-up comedy and Frank Sinatra was present, and Don Rickles says, "Come on, Frank, be yourself here. Punch someone."
That's funny. Because he's a violent person.
Yes, with connections to the mafia.
Really? Was it you that was telling me about Frank Sinatra as a kid? Not kid, but like whenever it's like 18. No? Yes? Kiwi! Well, from what I remember, Frank Sinatra, whenever he was around 18 years old, he was actually a hooligan. Alright, you're back. So, was that what you were telling me about Frank Sinatra?
Yes.
Troublemaker?
Who?
That was you?
That was you.
No, I'm asking. Frank Sinatra. Alright, so you told me that Frank Sinatra, whenever he was like 18 or 19, he was a criminal, right?
No, I said he's possibly has connections to the mafia. Possibly. No. Allegedly.
No, somebody was telling me whenever he was like, I don't remember what happened. Whenever he was like 18 or 19, he got married and he cheated on his wife many times.
Bastard.
Yeah. I think he got arrested too. I can't remember why. For infidelity?
Yeah, probably. I'll tell you this. It is a funny circumstance that we're in, and I'll tell you this. It goes like this. So, you've got these Italian Americans saying that the mafia does not exist. It was made up by the movies. Like, Godfather made it up, and all that.
Okay.
But how can you deny reality like that? Like, there is actually the mafia. There is actually Italian-American crime families that subscribe to the doctrine of La Cosa Nostra. You know, our thing, our family. So, it's basically like flat earthers that deny that the earth is round. It's like creationists that deny the fact that the earth is more than 6,000 years. It's Italian-Americans who say that the mafia does not exist.
Joe Rogan mentioned the people that think that the Earth is very young in his comedy special.
The same one?
I think so. I watched two of them back to back.
I did watch a Joe Rogan clip recently. He was talking with someone I don't recognize about Rodney Dangerfield. And he's like, oh, Rodney Dangerfield is so funny. And the guy he's talking to, who was a comedian, was saying, I've been in the comedy gig for 10 years. I thought I knew timing. Then I watched a Rodney Dangerfield stand-up gig, and I was like, fuck, that's timing.
Timing. I need to get into timing. Like, I really need to, see how it's done. Because there's a lot of times whenever, probably my jokes are okay, but they can be improved a lot by the delivery would be a lot better. The delivery, if it were a lot better, would make the joke a lot funnier. And most of that being timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me of Kenny versus Spinny, where I think they were having a contest to see who's the better comedian, and trying to remember how it went. Kenny was like, the key to comedy is, and then he's waiting, and then all of a sudden Spinny off screen goes, oh my god! And Kenny goes, timing.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Timing. What timing? What timing is it? It's summertime.
Yeah, reminds
It's
me
your
of,
mama's vacation.
Harold and Kumar go to Guantanamo Bay. They're on the run, and they're hiding in the bushes. Those two KKK guys come over to take a piss, and they're like, "Man, that black comedian, he's timing priceless." I'm not saying I wouldn't hang the guy, but it's good timing.
Oh, that's so bad. That's a great joke. I was watching Chris D'Elia today. He's a really good comedian, too. Definitely recommend him.
Alaska?
No, Chris D'Elia. He does a really good
Crystal meth.
Eminem impression. No, not Crystal Meth. Although I did know a person named that. It was a screen name, of course. It wasn't actually their name. But,
I don't know.
No? I'm saying it was a screen name. It wasn't actually their name. Their name was Crystal Meth. Their name was Crystal, but the meth part was just added in because it was username. Can't get any clearer than that, motherfucker. Well, yeah, so that was years ago. And it goes back whenever Megan Fox was a person. I mean, a relevant person. That's a good thing we talk about. Did you ever see Jennifer's Body? It's a movie.
Lopez?
No, Jennifer's Body.
Nope.
It's a movie title, not a documentary.
Not a porno?
Not a porno either.
Dang it.
Dang it, Bobby, you only have one job. I said a porno, not a horror. I said a horror, not a horror. But bad.
Why is it that in horror movies the horror always dies first?
That's funny. The horror dies in horror movies. That's probably what happened. Probably the creator, the person that created the term horror, or first saw it or something, was probably like, horror? Horror? I have an idea. So they made every horror die. It's like a genocide of the horse.
Yes.
Star Horse. I think that's the actual title.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So you should see Toy Story 4.
No. It's on my watch list. It's on my watch list.
What else is on there?
Rolex.
Rolex.
Get it? Watch list. List of watches.
I get it. No, I didn't understand it first. I was like, Rolex? That's a watch. That's a watch, not a movie.
We were so poor in my house. When I was 5 years old, for my birthday, my dad gave me a picture of a cake.
Really? What's that from? Ronnie Dangerfield?
Yes. I told my dad I want a watch, so he let me.
That's a really good one.
Thank you. Don't. You can steal it if you want. No one's going to go, hey, that's from Ronnie Dangerfield.
No, it's already taken. I've got standard.
What?
Like if somebody already has someone, like if your mama's dating someone, I'm not going to go in and just take her, even though I can. See, you see the problem now?
Yes.
Yeah. Because the thing is, people, even though the people might not say it, I mean, if you get famous, what are you going to say? Like, I have all this to credit to Rodney Dangerfield. He gave me a good joke. You want to say, no, I made myself.
I'm a genius. I don't need my parents to birth me. I birth myself.
Well, not like that. I mean, it's not like Rodney Dangerfield birthed you. Gave birth to you. Was the actual way you say that.
Yeah, when I was born, my doctor slapped me. I heard the nurse got a few in too as well.
Damn. That's crazy. It's like, they'll beat me up.
Yep.
Jeez. So, why didn't you want to become a doctor?
I don't like helping people.
Oh, okay. You want everybody to die? You want to be like Hitler? Like a Nazi?
Oh, that's funny. It's a funny observation. Why do you want to be a doctor? You a Nazi?
Yeah, like, why don't you want to be a doctor? That's a good one. What was that one thing you said the one time that made me laugh very hard? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, you probably wouldn't remember anyway because you'd be like, what time? I made you laugh so many times, Chuckles.
Yes.
Yeah, because you commonly call me Chuckles. You're like, what's so funny, Chuckles? Like, you think I'm funny, huh? You think I'm funny? Which is another Arnold Schwarzenegger quote, by the way, audience members.
Yeah.
We're not just crazy Arnold Schwarzenegger fans. We actually remember this from a soundboard. So, you know.
I don't soundboard.
I'm not bored, I only soundboard. It's a good joke. It's like you find words that have homophones, and those words, they can become the butt of your jokes. The topic of your jokes. The punchline.
Yes.
Board? Skateboard? Like, no, I'm bored. Hi, bored. Corny jokes like that. Corny? I don't like vegetables.
That reminds me of Ronnie Dangerfield again. He was doing an interview on the Howard Stern show, and Howard Stern was like, what was the first time you ever made someone laugh? And he said, I was 4 years old, my mum made me dinner, and we were poor, so there wasn't much to eat, so I asked for seconds, and my mother said I had enough. She said, you've had enough, what'd you say, nutrition, or something, and he's like, we didn't have fish.
I don't get it.
Because she said efficient, like efficient, and he's like, we didn't have fish.
I get it, because efficient.
Yep.
Okay, I guess that's kind of funny for a 4-year-old.
Yeah, that's funny. 4 years
Uh,
old and made better jokes than you at 24.
I'm not 24.
You will be. And then we'll call you grandpa. You're an old man. You're 24. You're middle-aged.
I believe that number is 64. Because, like, will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? You know, it's from the Beatles.
Oh.
Yeah, don't you know that song?
No, I don't listen to Beatles obsessively. Or casually.
Well, it's from the Lonely Hearts. Wait, no, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album.
We hope you enjoy the show. They're actually talking about another sex tape.
That would cut me off guard. No, it's not. It's not. It's actually about yours.
Yours? What band
With
is
your mama.
yours?
What?
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 Huh?
What are you talking about? Is that from Arnold Schwarzenegger too?
Yours. Right.
No,
So.
is that from Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Huh?
Is that from Arnold Schwarzenegger?
What is?
What are you talking about?
Yes.
Oh.
And if you say, what are you talking about, man, that's coming from Gurpreet. What are you talking about, man?
Gurpreet's an idiot. No, he's not really. He's actually learned how to talk about Yo Mama much more than mine, so he's pretty smart.
Nope. He's actually talking about your mother, so he's very smart.
No, I mean, everything he says about your mother is the truth, and everything he says about mine is a lie, so he's right only half the time.
Nope. I'm way around.
The other way around, meaning whenever he talks about yours, yes.
Nope. When he's talking about yours referring to me, he's actually referring to you, so it's double you.
I believe it's not a letter in the alphabet.
It is. It's Y-O and then you! Spelled Y-O-U.
You.
You. Time for the
Not
news
I.
segment. So,
You have a news
Cully
segment?
has been arrested on child pornography charges.
All right, I wanted to mention that.
Yeah. I mean, he's had a few brushes with the law on account of this, and now it looks like he's back in the slammer.
Yeah, that sounds about like R. Kelly. I mean, I remember seeing that on the news a lot. Many different decades, or many different years.
He was charged with 10 state counts, 4 victims, including 3 minors.
Minors, like the ones that work underground?
Yeah, little girls and little boys work underground.
Nah, I'm kidding. It was a joke. So, one thing I am curious about is, wasn't he tried for this before and got off innocent?
Yeah, acquitted in 2008.
So, can't they not charge him again because of perjury? I mean, not perjury, double jeopardy?
Is that like the game show but with double?
No. No, it's whenever you...
I lost on double jeopardy, baby.
No, it's whenever you're accused of something and you put on trial twice, even though you're cleared of it the first time, you can only be cleared of it once and then you're innocent for life. So they can never accuse you of doing it again.
Yes, O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, that's actually why OJ was never retried.
Alright.
Yeah, so what I'm asking is, how can they accuse him of this again and arrest him for it if he was already cleared of it once? Which I know he's definitely guilty, but you know.
Well, probably because there's new victims, so it's not the exact same crime, it's a different crime, but similar charges.
Huh. Okay, makes sense.
Alright.
Smart.
So, more news. A former Florida sheriff's deputy was arrested this week for planting drugs and falsely arresting at least 10 people.
That's terrible. I hate whenever, like, wait a minute, were they black?
No, I think it's multicultural. Black, white, Asian. Everyone
So the guy
was...
wasn't doing it because of race?
Yeah, everyone was fair game to him. I don't know why he did it, but let's see, he manipulated his body cam footage, so he's like turning away from the car boot as he puts bags of drugs in there.
So how do they notice that?
I don't know. His victims, many of whom had prior records of drug use, had their lives upended. One man lost custody of his daughter.
It's terrible. Where did you say this is at again? Like Florida or something?
Florida. Of course it's in Florida.
Florida, man. Yeah, good old Florida, right? Florida. Why did that name be Florida? Yeah, that's the name of your mother.
Nope.
Florida. The rapper, too. Florida. I had a dream that I didn't know where I parked my car.
Is that the whole dream?
No, I was like looking for it, and I couldn't find it.
Oh. I'm trying to remember. I had a dream last night, and I don't remember how it went.
Perhaps you lost your car, too.
It's not that important. It's not like I was banging your mother. I would have remembered that.
Yeah, I probably remembered it, too. That's why it's never happened.
Alright. Here's another news bulletin. So, there's around 120,000 people saying they are going to storm Area 51. Of course, a lot of those people might not show up, and some of these people are just joking, but what if they do actually show up to Area 51, storm the fences, and see what's out there?
Well, as I was reading from some sort of, it was, I think, a comment on Facebook. The person mentioned that, or maybe it's a meme, I don't remember, but anyway, I had seen this idea that perhaps it was the government's way of getting rid of 200,000 people without anyone betting an eye. Like, perhaps they set it up, and it was their idea for 200,000 people to be killed. So, maybe. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, you gotta realize, folks, that armed security, you cross into that territory, you're shot. Not only that, there's like nuclear waste out there. So even if you don't get shot, you're probably gonna die anyways.
Right. I didn't know about the nuclear waste. It actually sounds very bad. Probably not very, it's probably not regulated by anybody, like the USDA or anybody.
Yeah. And if you survive the armed guards and the nuclear waste, the aliens will shoot you.
Oh, they might not do that because they don't exist, but I mean, you might be able to find some aliens. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, look, everyone, it's an alien! It's got a gun! Run!
A laser gun! Ah!
That makes me angry. Very angry indeed.
Was that Marvin the Martian?
Yes.
Ah, that's what I thought.
Alright, here's another breaking news bulletin. Wow.
Nice. I like breaking news.
Well, it's not breaking. It happened last weekend, but where is this? In Colombia, the country Colombia, not the state, the country Colombia, a bishop wants to solve gang violence by spraying holy water from a helicopter.
That's fucking retarded.
Yep. He's going to hop in a helicopter and soak the crime-ridden streets with the blessed liquid. I soak your mother's sacred face with my blessed liquid.
See, but no, you don't.
Yeah, I do. So, yeah, it's, where is this? Buenaventura in Colombia. There's already been 51 homicides this week. It's the Colombia's deadliest sissies, and he's going to give it an exorcism, get all those spooky demons out of there.
Is that a big city?
Probably, yes.
Huh, that's crazy.
Crazy.
I mean, if it's a big city, that kind of makes a little bit of sense. I guess it makes more sense for a small town, but it makes sense for the crime to be in a big city like that. Kind of surprised, though.
Right. So here's something that's also silly. Another breaking news! So, South Koreans are eating boiled dog meat as they stage a counter-rally to defend their rights to consume the delicacy during animal rights protests.
Gross.
Yeah. So you got South Korean dog farmers, they breed dogs just to eat them and sell the meat. They staged a counter-rally during an animal rights protest, Dog Meat Day. They're eating all that good dog.
Ugh. What's up, dog? I'm good.
Yes, well, it is illegal to kill dogs for meat in South Korea. It's not illegal to eat the dog meat.
Okay. How about North Korea?
They'll probably have a big business of that. You're not eating our dog meat! You are traitor! Shot on sight! Okay, I'm sorry, I'll eat your
I
dog
don't know
meat.
about all that. Like, you must eat the dog meat of our beloved leader. I don't know.
There are 17,000 dog farms in South Korea. Around 1 million dogs are eaten annually, though that's been dropped from 2 million. So we're making progress.
I'd prefer if they didn't do that.
Yeah, that's
I
bad.
like dogs.
Okay, another breaking news bulletin. Wow! So, you've got Bali. Where is Bali? I didn't write this down. Where is Bali?
What is barley?
Bali is in Indonesia. So, Bali has had enough of big packers. Freeloading travellers will be sent home packing. So, what is a big packer? It's like a backpacker, but you go to these countries without much money, and you basically beg the locals for enough money for your hotels, your taxis, for food. It's bad.
So, a hitchhiker.
Yeah, a hitchhiker that doesn't have any money.
So, hitchhiking homeless man.
Yeah, basically. And it's these rich socialite people that believe that, there's good, decent people out there in the world. The world is full of love. Yeah, go through, like, Middle Eastern countries and tell us how safe it is. And it happens all the time. These liberal people, they go to these dangerous countries thinking that the world is full of love and happiness and joy. And they end up dead, raped, killed, mugged, beheaded. And then sent home packing.
Innocent people. Maybe they're all communists.
Probably.
Every single one of them. There's absolutely no one that's not.
I don't know.
I'm kidding.
Alright, here's something more your speed. Billy Joel, recently.
Oh.
Billy Joel, not Billy Joe Armstrong, Billy Joel, Piano Man.
Yeah, I know.
He had a concert recently, and he dedicated a song to Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, and they got booed at.
Bill Clinton or the song?
No, Billy Joel dedicated one of his songs at the concert to Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, both of them, and they got booed at. I dedicate this to Bill and Hill. Boo!
I see.
Yeah. Probably because of the whole Jeff Epstein thing. You know, Jeffrey Epstein? Epstein,
No,
whatever.
who's that? No, who is that?
Jeffrey Epstein. He is a financier and registered sex offender who is a big pedophile.
What does that have to do with the Clintons?
Because apparently the Clintons had something to do with it. Like, you may have heard of Jeffrey Epstein's plane called the Lolita Express.
That's kind of funny.
And Bill Clinton went on the Lolita Express like 20 times.
Did he know that that's what it was called?
Maybe. He probably went along with the ride because there's going to be, underage prostitutes and stuff.
Actually, I think it's really big.
My fellow Americans, I was having fun banging little kids and not my wife.
It was an accident.
She is 8 years old. I thought you said 18. That is not my fault. Here's the teen part.
I don't think it really matters all that much, though. Like, with the name of the plane, like, it's the name of the plane. Who cares?
It doesn't actually say this on the side of the plane. That would be suspicious.
Right, but I'm saying, like, if he just told Bill Clinton, like, oh, the name of my place is Lolita, perhaps Bill Clinton just laughed off. You know, like, ha ha ha, right.
Can I come? It's like, yeah, sure. The more the merrier, former president. Maybe he was president at the time. That would have been really bad.
Yeah, he probably wasn't president. It was probably during Obama.
Yeah, it's like, you know, Bill Clinton banging his intern. I don't think that's impeachable, but him banging little kids, yeah, get him out of here.
I don't think he does that.
Yeah, probably not. I like my woman fully figured. Alright, now time for another breaking news bulletin.
Okay.
In Philadelphia, there was this family, the parents, they got out, went into the supermarket, leaving their 2 kids in the car. What happened? This carjacker came along. The carjacker hotwired the car, and he's driving. The kids are in the back seat. He carjacks a car with kids in it.
Like Dewey.
Yes. I remember that episode, yes. So, a large crowd came out and got in his way, and they went inside, told the parents. The parents comes out. The guy drives through the crowd, doesn't run over anyone, drives through them, gets stuck in traffic. The father of the kids yanks out the carjacker, beats the shit out of him, and when the police finally come and drag the father away and say, leave him be, the carjacker into hospital, the Temple University Hospital in Philadelphia, pronounced dead. Beaten to death by the father. And people are saying, good, the carjacker deserves it. In fact, the police may even look the other way. We lost the evidence. You're free to go.
I don't believe that's right. I believe that the guy should definitely be, like, tried or something.
What? The carjacker?
Murder is illegal.
I know, but it's like manslaughter. Like, he didn't mean to kill him.
Well, right, but he still did. And just because somebody steals your car, that doesn't mean your life is in danger.
But the kids in the back are in danger. This is kidnapping.
Well, they kidnapped him, but it isn't like that they thought that they were going to, that the guy was going to kill or woman was going to kill the kids.
Maybe.
Their life wasn't in danger exactly. It's like they probably unknowingly kidnapped the kids, and unless he was armed, it really wouldn't matter because he never made threats or anything, I would think. I mean, if he just took the car.
Yeah, carjacks the car. Where do you kids want to go? Go to hell! Okay, we're getting off the freeway. Down the hill to hell.
Alright, we're gonna go to hell.
I want to go to Disneyland! Alright, kids!
We're gonna go to Disneyland!
Alright, one more news story. Chevron, whatever. They spilled 800,000 gallons of oil into the water in California. That boy ain't right, I tell you what.
Jeez. They spilled a lot of oil into California? Oh, yeah. No.
And you want to go there and swim in the water. You want to drink the seawater. You can't now. There's oil in it.
Okay, well, I would like to go and swim around in it, but I wouldn't like to drink it. That's not healthy.
I mean, who the hell was driving the cargo ship? Steve Urkel? Did I do that?
Well, maybe it's because of all the hurricanes that are going on right now.
Yeah.
And, tropical storms and stuff. Do you guys have hurricanes in your country?
No. We might do, but I don't think so.
So, do you guys have tornadoes?
I think so. I mean, I was raised to believe that we don't really have tornadoes here because we don't have the right temperature, the right temperate zone for a tornado, but I think we do get tornadoes here.
Okay, so let's take that as a no. So what things there kill people?
Somalians.
That's not what I meant, but okay, I guess. If you want to say that, then sure.
Sure.
Well, I believe that's about an episode. That puts us about an hour and 30 minutes in.
Yeah, it's about time. I mean, usually we go for ages overboard, but we're actually going to end an episode on time.
Yeah, pretty much. Like last time, it ended up being the longest one, like 2 hours, 40 minutes, something like that. 2 hours, 30 minutes at least. Crazy. Like, who talks for that long? First of all, it'd have to be like 2:30 by the time that we finish recording that. Like, well, not 2:30, like 1:30 by the time we finish recording that.
Your mama talks that long. I'm banging her and it's just gossiping. It's like, I don't care. Fake orgasms. I don't want to hear you talk.
Nope.
Yep.
Oh,
Just want to give a quick shout out to our loyal listeners. Christina Bitchnell.
That's amazing. She actually, I told her about that because she listens, and and she responded. I don't remember what she responded with, but at one point she did say that you're the best, and then she said, "JK, not him. He's the worst."
Ah, she's actually referring to you, so I'm the best.
No, but also whenever I said that you were referred to her as Christ's ball sack.
Oh, that's still funny.
Whenever I said that you referred to her as Christ's ball sack, she responded with, I'm going to beat his stupid accented face up and tell him how stupid his accented face is.
Your Texas accent?
No, you.
You.
And I responded to, listen to the new episodes and you'll see. And then she said, he's not even funny, so I don't care. I'm funnier and he knows it. And that's why he's intimidated by me. Boom.
But she's funny looking. Yeah, that's a good idea for your comedy routine. Don't do stand-up jokes, don't do monologues, just have like a slideshow of her face. Everyone's laughing.
Just go to the stand-up place and be like, hey, I need to make fun of you guys, and just make fun of them the whole time. Like, hey, you in the front, you with the ugly face. Who made your face? Your parents?
Yeah. You start making fun of this like biker gang, and then after the show, it's like, you want to tell some more jokes, funny guy? And you're like, yeah, I got a lot more jokes.
Yeah, I got a few jokes about you guys. Like, why you guys have to ride around on motorcycles, huh? Are you too poor to buy a car?
Born to be wild, huh? Your mother's born to be wild.
Actually, motorcycles actually get really good gas mileage.
Cool. Politicians
exactly.
make good gas mileage. They're full of hot air.
Okay. I thought you were going to go for something else. Like, I don't know, they're flammable because their pants are always on fire. I don't know.
Because they're liars. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's true. It's like the worst thing, or the only thing worse than a lawyer is a politician, because a politician is also a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can you tell when a politician is lying? When their mouth moves.
Yeah, the lips are moving. There's a song by Meghan Trainor, the pop artist. It's like that. It's like if your lips are moving, then you're lying.
Oh.
Yeah, that song was written about Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz.
I'm kidding. But, lying.
How dare she make a song about beautiful Ted?
Nope.
Texas Ted.
Titty Ted. I don't know.
Ted the Titty Twister.
Tiny Ted.
He gets nipple piercings and then he gets a magnet so he can twist his nipples without touching them.
That's how would
That's actually a good
Have
idea.
you tried that?
I'm going to get your mother and get her nipple piercings, clip piercing, tongue piercing, and I'll take her to a junkyard, and you know those cranes that have like the giant magnet for lifting up cars? Put her underneath. Lift her up.
I'd probably pull the piercing up, but leave a lot of blood.
That's a good point. I got an idea. I'll rip her flesh off, replace it with metal, and then I'll screw those piercings on.
Okay.
Yeah. Should be lifted up by her robo-boobies.
Bender might like her.
Your mama bites Bender's shiny metal ass.
Your mother does that. Bender
Yours.
Bending Rodriguez. Yours.
You like him because he's got a Spanish surname.
I do. And he's voiced by a white guy. John DiMaggio.
Oh yeah, I remember when Adventure Time came out and Jake the dog started talking. I'm like, hey, that's Bender's voice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh?
You got to do the black lady thing. You snap your fingers and you do the zigzag head movement.
Mm-hmm.
And all the black people in the church go. Mm-hmm.
Haha. Yeah. Well. Anyway, I feel like that is our podcast. Our podcast roughly ended at the same time as pretty much most mainstream movies that aren't Avengers.
Yeah, ours is way more entertaining.
Yeah, if you could spend 100 minutes doing something, you should definitely spend 100 minutes listening to our podcast. So thank you a lot, Kristen Brunel, not Christ Ballsack.
That is her real name. It's on her birth certificate. Hello, Mrs. Ballsack.
Hello, Mrs. Sack. Buddha Sack.
Hecky sack.
All right.
Girls lack a
So
sack.
thank you so much, Kristen Brunel, for listening. And
What's the other chick's name? Meredith Brooks?
Meredith Brooks. Who's that?
Someone involved in movies. The groovy movies.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard the name too.
Meredith.
I feel like I've heard the name before.
Never mind. It's some female singer who wrote a song about your mother called Bitch.
I remember that song. Like, I'm a bitch, I'm a liar, I'm a lover, I'm a saint. I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard that song.
But yeah, good old Marissa Stevens. She is a loyal listener.
Yeah, and thank you, Adolf. You're better than these two girls here because you actually donate money to us.
Exactly. Adolf, you're the bomb.
You are the best. Screw what people say about you, Adolf. You're the best.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but thank you for the money.
Give us more money. You will qualify for the best.
Yes. Please, you guys, if you guys give us the monies, then we'll be happy.
Give us the money and no one will get hurt. Because we're going to hurt ourselves.
I'm not going to hurt myself, don't worry.
Sure you are.
It's just good old Kiwi here.
You're going to slowly kill yourself by eating 100,000 gas station burgers.
No, it's not from the gas station, it's from Burger King.
Oh, even worse. It's like a gas station with a crown on.
The gas station ones are so good, though.
Well, go get them better. They probably got better quality maggots in them.
No, they're more expensive.
Whoop-de-doo, weird.
It's like $3, and these are like $1.
Better yet, get married and get your wife to make a burger for you. It's basically a sandwich, just the filling, you cook it.
Does your mother make pretty good burgers?
No, she's a terrible cook. That's why I married a good cook. I mean, the sex will wear off, but you'll always be hungry.
So your thing is marry your mother for the sex?
No, that's what you did.
That's right, I did marry your mother for the sex.
No, you married your own mother for the sex.
Nope, wrong.
Yep.
Not true, that's impossible.
I took your mother to a hotel and we had such rough sex afterwards we had to read the Bible that was given on our pillows.
No, that's wrong. It's actually what you and Adolf did.
Nope. Your mother and Adolf had sex in a gas chamber. It was a real gassy time.
It was actually you and Adolf.
Nope. You and Adolf.
You wouldn't believe the gas bill.
Nope. I'm surprised Adolf can even keep giving us donations. He's got a gas bill to pay.
Exactly. And electricity and utilities, all that stuff.
And the state of Israel is like, Mr. Adolf, have you paid the gas bill yet? It's like, 99999.
Exactly. That is a very good quote from Mr. Adolf.
Thank you. I got it from your mother.
I bet you got it from that movie.
Banged a mummy. I took your mama's wraps off.
So I was at a friend's house today, and the only movies that were there, there was a lot of movies, but one of the movies was a collection of the Dark Knight trilogy, and another one of the movies was a collection of the Mummy trilogy, and the only movies that I have on Blu-ray, because there wasn't even that many movies there, there's probably 20, 30 movies there, but the movies I have on Blu-ray, I only have 3 movies on Blu-ray. The Mummy Returns, The Mummy, the first one, and The Dark Knight.
Ah.
And they had all of those in there.
Cool.
Those are the only ones I own. And they didn't have very many. It's crazy.
I've only got 3 DVDs in my house. Only 3. Men in Black 2, when that DVD came out, it was brand new when it came out, 2001 or 2002 when the DVD came out. Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one, and Tremors, the first one.
Ooh, I love Tremors. I
Tremors
have all
is
4 of those on DVD. I don't know where it's at, though.
Isn't there a new Tremors coming out?
I think the 7th one. Because, they came out with Cold Day in Hell, which is the new one that takes place in, Alaska or Antarctica or something.
Alaska?
Or Canada, maybe? Yeah. And the one before that took place in Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
I don't remember the name of it though, but they're both on Netflix. I love the Tremors series. I love it so much. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Recently, Kevin Bacon, he reprised his role as Valentine from the first movie. And the thing is that Val, it was centered around him. I don't think there are any graboids or anything, or maybe there are. I'm not sure. But anyway, the show about a year ago, it was shopped around to different networks, and nobody picked it up. Everybody turned down the show.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, so that's why we have all these cheap, really dumb-looking Tremors movies with Jamie Kennedy.
Oh, yes, Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, really bad thing. The guy in 4, he played Black Hand Kelly. His name is Billy Drago. He was an actor. He was in The Untouchables and whatnot. He recently died, only a few weeks ago. It's sad.
We dedicate the show to you. What's your face? I already forgot your name.
Billy Drago.
Ivan Drago?
No, Billy Drago. Drago, maybe?
Oh. Billy
L-L-Y
Dago.
space. I thought it was Drago.
Oh. I can't spell. I'm in the dark.
Oh.
Yeah, here we go. William Eugene Burroughs Jr.
Who's that?
Billy Drago.
Is he the one that died?
Yep, died June 24th, 2019.
His name is Eugene?
William Eugene Burroughs Jr. Yeah, Eugene, like the wrestler. I'm Eugene!
That's a stupid name.
Yeah, I mean, that has ruined the name Eugene for me. Like, what's his face? Eugene from The Walking Dead. When I first, saw him, I was like, oh, Eugene, like the wrestler.
The guy's probably a stupid person. Turns out to be a genius.
Soiled it! Soiled it!
A pseudo-genius, rather.
Yeah. I think he's still alive in the series.
The series is probably about to end. The comics ended recently.
Yeah. I wonder if the TV show will actually catch up to the comics, or will it be cancelled before they can get that far?
What do you mean catch up? The show's over. I mean, the comics are over.
Yeah, will the TV show catch up to the comics and end where the comics ended?
And they can't, because in the comics, Carl is alive. Spoiler alert.
Oh. Well, I knew it was going to be different in some ways. Just hoping it actually does well.
Yeah, and there's a big time jump at the very last one. Yeah, just because that's how you have to end The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Show everybody's alright. We're dead. I don't know, I didn't read it.
Well, that's something to look forward to, folks. And if... then we can look forward to the new zombie series, The Killed.
Okay.
I'm you.
Well.
Who's you? I'm me. Wow, another me. Cool. Now we can play Halo together.
Exactly. Now, that would be a good sequel to that film, Clone Mania.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yes, it is.
Right, let's see how long we've been talking for. Oh my god, ending on time.
Terrible.
Can I trust you boys to end the show on time? Yes. No.
Yeah, we'll definitely end it on time.
Yeah.
If by that you mean we'll drop it on top of a clock.
Good comedy, but put it in your routine.
Thank you. I'll definitely put my routine in there.
I will end the show on time. You get out this big clock that Flavor Flav wears, and you just put it on the ground, stand on it.
I get it. It's like that meme. It's like a person's like, I am not fucking drunk. And then the person's like, alright, we'll tell the time. And the guy turns around to the clock and he says, I am not fucking drunk.
That's a good one.
Because time. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it.
Saying all the times.
But the thing about ending on time is that we have to actually end.
This is the show that never ends.
I believe that's called a never-ending story.
Yeah, the third one with young Jack Black.
Does he star in it?
To some capacity. I don't know, I've only watched the first one.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen the third one either. I think I've seen most of the first one. I don't think I've actually sat down to watch it, though.
You stood up while watching it?
No, we watched it in class.
Oh.
But I think I missed the first day of it, so I only saw the second half. Or maybe it was the other way around. I don't know.
What kind of curriculum is that? Today, class, we're going to watch Never Ending Story. Why? I don't know. Shut up, kids.
It never ends.
Well, I can't really complain because in my primary school, elementary school, whatever, at one point we watched E.T.
Nice. We watched Ice Age.
And I remember watching E.T. and actually getting like tears in my eyes because it's a good movie and it's quite sad towards the end. And my friends that weren't even watching, they're like, "Why are you crying?" It's like, "You're not even watching the freaking movie. You're playing with Beyblades."
Beyblades.
Yeah.
In fourth grade, we watched Tarzan. Fifth grade. No, fourth grade we watched Tarzan. Fifth grade we watched Aladdin. You know, Tarzan, like the ape man.
In 2005, we watched a movie. Can't remember what it's called, but I remember a quote from it. It's like, "My balls are frozen like marbles."
I wouldn't know what movie that is.
Quote. No, it's not The Martian.
With Matt Damon?
Yes. It's not that movie, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. It's like 10 years later.
My balls are frozen.
Snow Dogs?
No. Fine, I'll search IMDb.
Alright.
This is the Kiwi and Picasso show that never ends.
Yeah. It's like, when is this going to end? I need to look at my watch. Well, probably in the next few minutes, but if it doesn't, just look down at the little clock at the bottom, like where the little run time is at, and it'll definitely tell you. So, Mr.
Okay.
/ Mrs. Listener.
Yep.
There we go.
I don't care anymore. I'm giving up the search.
That was uneventful. That was rather anticlimactic. I'm very sorry our listeners do not have an end for that thought, for that quest we just embarked on that you gave up on so easily.
Well, excuse me. I'm not getting paid for this. Adolf, please donate more money. I'll actually search for it.
Yes, please, but remember, we can't just live on the money from Adolf. We must also live on the money of everyone else, such as new listener number 1 and new listener number 2.
Yeah, you're very important people. That's why you got given those good names.
Yeah, you're just extras in our lives. Not important enough to have names.
Your mother's an extra in my life. I love her extra much.
Gross. Well, you guys, that is the end of the Kiwi and Picasso show for today. Check back in about a week, which is roughly probably somewhere in the range of about 150 hours from now, from this posting, to see the next, to listen to the next installment of the Kiwi and Picasso show. And remember, that's Kiwi and Picasso show.
Yeah!
On Anchor.fm.
And we've even got an incentive. You donate to us, you'll get the episodes early, because we'll fly out to your place and do the show right in front of you in your living room.
Okay, I won't do that, but if you pay me, I will.
Yeah, you better pay us like, I don't know, $2,000 for the return tickets, for taxi,
The money.
for snacks.
And when we say we will do it in front of you, we mean we'll record the show in front of you, just to be specific.
Hey, we got a $10,000 donation from Kim Jong-un. Come on over, boys. I'm heading over there now.
I wouldn't take money from a starving nation.
Oh.
Probably want me to come over and then shoot me for saying that.
Yeah, you say something offensive, we shoot you. Have you guys heard about North Korean cuisine? Neither have they.
Yeah, they don't know the word cuisine because they speak Korean.
Cuisine? What
Yeah,
is
they don't-
food?
Yeah, what is food? That's right. Like, of course you wouldn't know what food is. You're from North Korea. You don't speak English. That's great.
Yeah, what's Korean for food? They don't know!
They don't have a word because there is no food.
I had a family member who came back from South Korea, and what did they discover there? They've got food! Nope, it's a lie. Food does not exist.
Food? What's that? That's great.
That's funny.
So, do you think that that 11 for Stranger Things looks like Jay from Jay, Silent Bob, Jason Mewes?
Huh? Stranger Things, never seen it.
All right, well, that's where we'll end this episode, and we'll see you guys in about 150 hours. So catch you guys later.
Yeah, you better set your alarm clocks for 150 hours.
Or if you're watching this afterwards, you just have to click on the next episode.
Yeah, why aren't you guys watching these videos as soon as they come out? Why aren't you listening to the podcast as soon as it comes out?
Yeah, shame on you guys. Use your Mondays well. Because remember, it comes out Mondays about 10 o'clock. And if you're listening not at Monday at 10 o'clock, then I don't know. What's on Tuesday?
Yeah, you better cancel your plans. Going out drinking with friends, watching movies, socializing. No, screw that. Cancel your plans. Listen to our show when you could be out drinking.
Exactly. Don't watch a movie which lasts the same duration. Listen to the Kiwi and Picasso Show on Anchor.fm.
Yes, sponsored by them, even though they haven't given us money yet. Give us money.
Actually, from Anchor.fm, we're up about 50 cents.
Oh, ho, ho. I'm playing about
40-something cents. Yeah, I know, right?
Don't go to Haiti. The haters are there.
You're haters, yeah. So your mother lives there.
Nope. In fact, you know the kind of people that are banned from Haiti? Quakers.
Really?
Yeah. You know, Quakers, religious movement, and Haiti had the big earthquake. Quakers are not allowed in Haiti.
Oh, I get it. Quaker. Quaker.
So they're not allowed to have those oat bars. They see the mascot, they're like, oh, Quaker! Ah!
Oh, you have oats there too?
Yes, oats are worldwide, apart from North Korea. What does oat?
OT?
What is wheat? What is crumb? We don't have crumbs here.
Exactly. I mean, they wouldn't anyway because there's a silent B in there. Nobody likes silent B. Kind of like they don't have knife because, you know, silent K at the beginning and they need knives for food, which they don't have. So they don't have knives and they don't have crumbs.
Go to a North Korea restaurant. Can I have some rice? Huh? No rice, no rice!
They don't have pterodactyls either.
Dang it. That's a good idea.
That's a silent P.
Clone some dinosaurs to bring back them, and you can have some sort of park, some sort of park for Jurassic animals, and then you can cook them and eat them.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, then North Korea would have their own cuisine. It'd be like snakes, but big.
Your mother eats big snakes from the trousers.
That's not true.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, she had an affair with Roosevelt. Speak softly and carry a big stick. Well, she was after that stick of his.
Your mother had an affair with Eleanor Roosevelt.
Nope. Ladybird.
Ladybird Hill.
Your mother had an affair with Richard Nixon. She wanted that tricky dick.
Nope.
Yep. There was
Didn't happen.
Presidential campaign slogans. They can't lick our dick. They can't lick our dick. That's what it said.
Didn't happen. That didn't happen. You're wrong. Wrong.
I'll get a picture of it.
You'll get no picture because it didn't happen.
Hang on, they... I'm in the dark here. It's not a sunset here. They can't lick our dick. Why is your mother showing up?
Didn't happen.
Okay, here you go. Here, where is the... Here you go.
Okay. Thank you. Cool. Fine art America. Cool.
America!
So, on that note of licking dicks, we'll have to leave this episode for next week.
Yeah.
So, it's been a very good week. It's been a very good episode. I was on TV, and I hope you guys have a good day, week.
Good weekday, yes. It's good. So good!
Yeah.
I need your mama! Ah! Ow!
All right. Well, catch us. Come back and listen to us again on the next episode of the Kiwi and Picasso Show on Anchor.fm.
It's the Kiwi and Picasso Show, the show you can't live without. In fact, if the show ends, I'll be much better.
Me too.
Yeah. So see you guys later. We'll catch you on the flip.
It's better. Much better. We'll catch you guys on the flip.
Yours.